AI found something we did not expect. 4 Caribbean nations, each trapped in a different kind of danger. A silent race toward vulnerability where the winner gets nothing and the loser becomes the region's next humanitarian emergency. Then came the real shocker. AI said one of these countries isn't just poor. It's something far worse, a shattered state. This investigation started with a challenge from a viewer, Melchior Moreau 5677, who wrote, AI should look at the Caribbean country with the worst economy. So we did. We took the data. We checked every claim. We traced the patterns behind the numbers. And what AI revealed is something every Caribbean person, at home and abroad, needs to see. Stay with us, because the deeper we go, the more this story twists. And the final reveal may surprise you. The rules of the race. To determine the poorest economy in the Caribbean, AI couldn't rely on vibes, headlines, or single-moment GDP snapshots. It built its answer on 4 pillars. 1. Income levels, gross national income per capita. 2. Human Development Index, education, lifespan, and quality of life. 3. Poverty prevalence. 4. Vulnerability to shocks, hurricanes, floods, crime, debt, and global instability. This isn't the hunt for the next Caribbean tiger. This is the reverse race, a descent into the roots of economic fragility. 4 nations, 4 very different struggles, but only one faces a crisis so deep that even recovery becomes uncertain. Let's begin. Haiti, the shattered state. AI didn't just categorize Haiti, it isolated it. Not because Haiti is merely poor, but because Haiti's institutions have been severely weakened. The numbers alone are staggering. Gross domestic product, GDP, per person is barely above $2,000. Extreme poverty estimated at 37.6%. 5.4 million people are struggling with food insecurity. Up to 85% of Port-au-Prince is under gang control. That last one is not an economic statistic. It is a national emergency. Without security, money can't move, businesses can't operate, children can't attend school, goods can't travel, hospitals can't function. This is the core of Haiti's crisis. You cannot run an economy without a functioning state. Then the disasters strike. Haiti experiences hurricanes, earthquakes, and floods at a frequency that most countries will never see in a century. The 2010 earthquake erased 120% of GDP, a loss so large that economists still struggle to model it. AI's most heartbreaking revelation: a child born in Haiti today may reach only 45% of their human potential, simply because the environment around them cannot support growth. This is why AI calls Haiti the shattered state, not to insult, but to explain the depth of the tragedy. But now the story takes a completely different turn. Belize, the climate hostage. Belize is not the poorest country in the Caribbean. Its income levels are respectable, its people are resilient, and its natural environment is one of the world's wonders. Yet AI categorized Belize as a climate hostage. Why? Because Belize's economic strength, especially tourism, sits right on the front line of climate change. Nearly 40% of GDP depends on beaches, reefs, coastlines, and marine life. One bad hurricane, one coral bleaching event, one shifting storm pattern, and decades of progress vanish. AI found that Belize is among the most climate-exposed nations on Earth. But then Belize did something brilliant. The Blue Bond deal. Reduced over $200 million in debt, protected almost 30% of its national waters, became a global model for climate finance. Belize is a hostage, yes, but a hostage that negotiated its own survival and changed the world's thinking along the way. Still, what AI revealed next was far more unusual. Suriname, the resource curse reformer. Suriname should be wealthy, It has oil, it has gold, it has timber and minerals. On paper, its GDP per capita surpasses $22,000, one of the highest in the region. So why is Suriname a contender in this race? Because having resources is one thing, managing them is another. Suriname fell into the resource curse. Heavy dependence on commodities, volatile revenue streams, unsustainable borrowing, narrow economic base. The collapse was brutal. Debt ballooned to 148% of GDP. Inflation soared to 59%. The economy contracted 16%. But this is where the story shifts from despair to innovation. Suriname created one of the smartest economic tools in modern Caribbean history, the VRI, Value Recovery Instrument, a debt mechanism tied to future oil revenues. If oil revenue increases, Suriname pays more. If oil revenue falls, Suriname pays less. It aligned the country's debt with its actual capacity. And it worked. Debt now moving towards 78%. Inflation back under control. Growth re-emerging. Suriname is struggling today, but AI says it may rise far faster than many expect. And now we reach the final contender. A country that was rising beautifully until October 28, 2025, changed the course of prosperity. Jamaica, the resilient rebounder, under threat. AI originally classified Jamaica as the Sisyphean climber, always pushing the stone uphill. But Jamaica shocked the region with a historic comeback. The 2023 victory, 2021, poverty at 16.7%. 2023, poverty at 8.2%, the lowest since tracking began in 1989. This wasn't luck, it was discipline, higher employment, expanding social protection, tourism recovery, strong macroeconomic management through the epoch model, a stable currency, and improving debt profile. But then, suddenly, everything changed. The Melissa shock. In late October 2025, Category 5 Hurricane Melissa hit Jamaica with a force the country had never seen. The devastation was historic. $8.8 billion in physical damage, equivalent to 41% of GDP. Farms wiped out, housing destroyed, infrastructure crippled, tourism assets battered, electricity and water were disrupted. Melissa is now the most expensive hurricane in Jamaica's history. The PIOJ, the Bank of Jamaica, and international partners warn that a 2026 recession is increasingly likely. Jamaica's story is no longer simply about recovery. It is about resilience, constantly tested by climate and global shocks. The reveal, the poorest country. AI's final verdict is clear and firm. Haiti remains the poorest economy in the Caribbean. Not because of income alone, not because of debt alone, but because Haiti lacks the one thing no economy can survive without: a functioning state. Jamaica can rebuild. Belize can innovate. Suriname can reform. But Haiti is trapped in a crisis that suffocates economic potential at its source. You can rebuild roads, you can pay down debt, you can restart tourism, but without safety, order, and governance, no economy can rise. That is the tragedy and the truth. The path forward. AI outlines 3 pillars that could help Haiti rise. 1. Security first, stabilizing Port-au-Prince. 2. Governance and anti-corruption reforms. 3. Adopting Caribbean solutions, Jamaica's epoch discipline, Belize's climate finance model, Suriname's VRI innovation. The Caribbean already invented the tools. Haiti needs the opportunity to use them. Bonus facts. 4 powerful insights. Number 1. Remittances. Over 20% of GDP in several Caribbean nations comes from the diaspora. Number 2. Brain drain. Some countries lose over 50% of their trained professionals. Number 3. Climate destruction. Hurricane Melissa alone cost Jamaica heavily in a single day. Number 4. Financial innovation. Caribbean nations pioneered blue bonds, VRIs, and debt-for-nature swaps. If you believe Caribbean stories deserve a global voice, please subscribe to this channel, Impacting Jamaica. Leave your view in the comments and stay with us. This journey is only beginning.